It's coffee time. I just had one of those experiences that I'm sure any of you who spend way too much time on the internet or especially on Tumblr have, where I watched a music video and I was like, I've seen that GIF, right? I love those moments when I see a movie and I'm like, I know that GIF. I was just watching the music video for the song 23 by Wiz Khalifa and Miley Cyrus. Somebody was like, have you seen this video before? And I was like, no, for a reason. But I watched it and I was like, oh my god, so many GIFs came out of this video because it's so dumb. It's like maybe the dumbest music video I've seen in a really long time. Oh, well, it might be on par with Hello Kitty. I don't know. It's real bad, guys. What happened? What happened to us? Everything is just so bad. Like, where have we gone? Where did we go? Also, I'm going to be mega sore. I can already tell. My whole body is like, hey, you did some stuff today. And you're starting to feel a little sore. It's because I can't tell you what I was doing because that would ruin Swords and Stitches. But, man, I will say that I burned myself a lot today by accident. Safety first, safety last, safety always should be the motto. It was the motto in my stage fighting class. Safety first, safety last, safety always. We had to say that every single day. And sometimes when I'm doing DIY stuff, I think to myself, should have followed Ted's advice. Safety first, safety last, safety always. I wore a tank top while I was working with a wood burner. That's all I'll say. And you should always wear long-sleeved somethings, and you should be wearing gloves. I was not doing either of those things, and so I wound up burning myself a couple of times. This is the worst one, and it's not even that bad, but when it burned me, there was like a sizzling flesh sound that I've never heard before, and it terrified me, and I thought for sure it was going to be like an awful burn, but it wasn't. It's not bad. It's just like, it cauterized the wound. I mean, it's a wound though. It got in there, but I cauterized it at the same time. So cool, whatever. It's like a lightsaber, right? Nobody would bleed if they were hit by a lightsaber. It's cauterized immediately. Last night I was at a birthday party for a friend. We went to a bar called Tiki Tea. Now, Tiki Tea is a very small tiki-themed bar, and number one, I didn't realize that it was as small as it was, so we actually had to stand. We got there a little bit late because I needed to come home and upload news. But when we got there, the guy was like, you can't come in. We were like, why? Like, well, it's a fire hazard. And I peeked in and realized it was a very, very small bar. I was like, oh. So we literally had to like stand out there until two people left. And then Sam and I went in and we were like, hey, everybody. And I also don't own a Hawaiian shirt. Worst. That was the criteria. Like, to come to this birthday, you're supposed to be wearing Hawaiian shirts. And earlier in the day, we had put on like a game day, like as also part of the birthday. So played a lot of Towerfall and Street Fighter and things like that because everybody's trying to get good at Street Fighter before the next one comes out. But played lots of different games. And then everybody, went off to Tiki Tea. So we got in there. Everybody that we know is wearing a Hawaiian shirt. Nobody else is. They're all just like, okay, sure. Yeah. But there are some drinks where, and I love this. I loved this about the Hobbit Pub, and I've decided I love this about Tiki Tea. Every drink has a ridiculous name, right? First of all, it is very much like the Hobbit Pub. Every drink has a ridiculous name. So you get to play that game where you look at the menu of drinks and you say, what sounds like the dumbest thing I could drink? This. I got the Squeaky Tiki, for example. But there's a drink that the birthday boy got twice, and I'm pretty sure it ruined him. It was just like awful. What was inside of it was just various alcohols, quote, end quote. And it was called Blood on the Sand. And when they poured it, they had a little wind-up bowl that would go across the bar while they were pouring it. They just let it pour forever, and this bull would walk across, and everybody in the bar would yell, "Toro, Toro, Toro, Toro." It was so weird, guys. It was so weird. But he had 2 of those, and I don't know how, because it tasted like lighter fluid. He was like, "You guys have to try that." It was like we could burn. We could breathe fire, is what I meant to say. So yeah, went and did that, and that was fun. And then had tacos, and came home and watched the Hunger Games as I was falling asleep. By the time we got home, it was like 2:30 in the morning, but I was like, man, I'm still like, I can't quite fall asleep, but like, I don't know what to do. And Sam was like, we should just watch a movie and fall asleep. And I was like, okay. I watched the Hunger Games, but I was like so invested. I was like, yeah, Hunger Games. I'd only seen that movie once. I was like, man, I forgot, this is a great movie. Yeah. That was my night last night, and today was mostly working on Swords and Stitches stuff. Sam and I went and got huge sandwiches. We went to this place for lunch that had all of these sandwiches with like fries in the sandwich. I got one of those. Just lots of big sandwiches, and the one that I had was delicious, but I kind of wanted more fries. It was like, did any of you guys ever have your like normal sandwiches, or just like your white bread and then whatever is inside the sandwich, and then your mom would also pack, or dad, whoever, would also pack like potato chips, and you'd crush up the potato chips and put them on your sandwich? That's kind of what it felt like to me. It's like, fries don't belong on a sandwich, but I'm gonna try it anyway, and it was great. It was delicious. And now I watched 23, and I don't know why. I did that. But if you like have the inclination to watch the music video for 23, and you're on Tumblr a lot, you might recognize some GIFs. That's all I'm saying. That's all that I noticed out of it. It made me very happy. It's like, you know, I feel like this was worth it now. It was worth it to have that connection, that internet connection. Whoa! What a good joke. I know. Don't gotta tell me twice. This week, I think, is gonna be pretty simple, so that's good. I was like, I've been thinking about Press Heart a lot, because there are things that I'm working toward having on there. And now I'm getting to that point where I'm impatient to have those things on there. So it feels like weird to put other stuff there. And maybe that doesn't make sense. But like, I was looking at it and I was like, God, it's so messy. It's just messy. Like, there isn't a schedule anymore. There's like, I mean, the only thing that is scheduled is news. Like, it's messy. It's messy. And most of the response to that has just been, then fix it. Like, I know, but like, why put together a schedule when I know that the schedule is just going to change when the other stuff comes out? But like, how long is it going to take for the other stuff to come out? And like, blah, 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 blah. I'm stressing myself out is what I'm saying. So I need to calm down. I need to calm down and just make whatever sounds fun to make. You know, I need to get back in that state of mind. Like, what do I want to play? I'll play that. You know, I played Dawn Gate tonight. Man, I'm bad at that. Really, but it also legit just feels like League of Legends to me, except it doesn't handle as smoothly. Pretty much everyone I know that has tried it, that's good at MOBAs, really loves it. And so I'm like, oh man, I guess I need to give it like a good college try. But I will say, okay, let me tell you this story. The first game of Dawn Gate that I played, the people in there were the nicest people I've ever encountered in a MOBA. I wrote in the chat because everybody was saying hi to each other, and I was like, oh, this is sweet. And I wrote, and I was like, just so you guys know, this is my very first Dawn Gate game, so I'm really sorry. Apologies ahead of time. And they were all like, whatever. A lot of us are new. You know, just went in a bait. Don't even worry about it. It's whatever. And I was like, okay. And then during the game, I felt like I was feeding real hard. which for those of you who don't really play games, feeding basically means that you keep dying to them, and so they get more energy and experience so that they can get stronger. So in chat, like, once the game ended, I was like, I'm so sorry, I fed so bad this game, and everybody was like, it's whatever, it's your first game, it's not a big deal. I was like, you guys are so sweet. And then in the end, it turned out I didn't feed as bad as a couple of other people did. I was like, huh. But there was one dude, man, in that game, there was one dude that we were all terrified of. We were like, how are we gonna beat this guy? We're like all trying to kill him at once, and he just won't die. I'm like, I can't tell if that's like a balance problem or just a we need to not suck at the game problem. It's hard to say. Anywho, I'm going to go to bed. I hope you guys had an amazing day, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye. Mwah.